grab a drink, get comfy, and prepare to learn about
the strange, the unusual, and the downright stupid things you didn't think that you needed to know about.
I'm Kaila.
And I'm Brooke.
And this is
Drunk in the Library. Alrighty, we are back. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Of course, I'm not.
You good?
Okay.
You good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good. I thought it was there, and then it wasn't. I think it's just sinus.
Welcome, everybody, to the very first episode of Severely Hungover in the Library.
And getting drunk again.
This is my hard seltzer cracking open, and also a piece of my soul dying.
This is ASMR with Brooke. That's ice cubes. Oh man, that's rough going down.
We do this for you guys.
Oh, okay, we're gonna get through this. All right, we don't have any questions, comments, concerns.
We do not, no.
Okay, I didn't think we did.
Anything else we not want to touch on?
Support things.
Yes.
And we also have a new video series that you should go and watch because we're putting out more videos. I mean,
utilizing our YouTube channel more.
Yes, like every other Saturday. So like the date changes a little bit, but twice a month.
So check that out if you feel like you just don't get enough Brooke and Kaila on Sundays.
If you want to look at us, be weird.
Also, God bless if that's how you feel. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and Apple Podcasts and stuff like that, and like, comment, review,
Subscribe.
yeah, do the things.
Alrighty, so I go first.
Correct.
I have a shorter one this week.
All right.
But it's just as fun.
Sure.
So I don't have a story for you because there's just no story with this. So, this week I want to talk about weird holidays and holiday traditions around the world.
Okay. Cool.
Because there's been a couple on my list, but like they're not long enough to do like a whole thing on. So I just like collectively made a bunch of shit. So my sources are Wikipedia, Ranker, theclimb.com, newsweek.com, and readersdigest.ca. So the first one that we're going to talk about is called Hogmanay in Scotland.
Okay.
So this is kind of like what they do for New Year's.
Okay.
So it's similar to United States. Like there's fireworks, there's celebrations, there's all that fun shit.
Sure.
But it's a little fucking weird. And I actually kind of like theirs better.
Cool.
So there's this thing called first footing, and it's an attempt to be the first to cross the threshold of a friend or neighbor. And that, whoever that person is supposed to, like, basically grant good luck and, like, gifts for
Love
the year.
it. So it's like a foot race to get to your friend's door.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because, I mean, if it's somebody, like, obviously, like, if you're showing up at my door on New Year's Eve, or, New Year's or whatever, like, I'm gonna be fucking psyched. If it's somebody real shitty, though, and you're like, I'm here to bring you bad luck, motherfucker, like, that can set you up for the year.
Okay.
So they have that. Some towns actually create balls out of chicken wire, fill it with a bunch of flammable shit, light it on fire, and then just swing it around.
That is amazing. That is such chaos.
And then they, like, parade around town with that, and then throw them into the harbor.
Okay, cool. I love it. Let's just set shit on fire, man.
I mean, that's why fireworks happen, but I want chicken wire balls.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that sounds way more fun and less safe.
Yeah. That's why we don't have that in America, because we can't be trusted.
Nah. People lose their fingers every year due to fireworks anymore.
Oh my God, could you imagine getting hit in the face with a fireball?
No.
What a way to start your year. I can't... can you imagine our friend group doing that shit?
There is no way that should be allowed to happen, ever. We shouldn't even tell them.
I know. Good thing they don't listen to this. So the next one is... I'm going to probably butcher the pronunciations of a lot of these, but it's Quema del Diablo, which
Okay.
is Guatemala. That's on December 7th. So families basically build like an effigy to Satan on their front lawn, and then they set fire to it.
That's incredible.
It's supposed to like cleanse the home of demons and evil
Okay.
spirits and leads into their holiday season.
That's awesome. Good for them, man. They are just out there living their best life.
Every year someone's building fucking Satans on the lawn and calling
Wow,
it.
could you imagine driving down a neighborhood and it's just lined with like effigies of Satan?
It sounds amazing, actually.
Sounds so fun.
Everyone's lawn is on fire.
But I love that. I love that it's like everybody's different opinion of what Satan looks like.
Yeah. One person builds like their neighbor.
That bitch Carol.
Yep. So
Again, we couldn't do that here because it would be embarrassing.
yeah. Also, like, fire.
Yeah.
Anything with fire just ain't
Just
gonna work
leave it
here.
out of the U.S.
Yeah. The next one's from Italy. This is on January 5th. It's the Eve of Epiphany.
Okay.
So I don't really know, like, I didn't look too much into what Epiphany actually was, because I was more interested in what happens before it.
On the eve. Gotcha.
So they leave out a meal of spiced sausage with broccoli and a glass of wine for this witch called Befana. She is ugly and a kind witch who flies around on her broom, comes down the chimney, and brings toys and candy and clothes to good kids.
Okay.
She's like-
so she's witchy Santa.
Yes, but you leave her some sausage and broccoli and wine instead of cookies and milk.
I'm into it. That, you know what? She might be me. Ugly, likes wine.
You're the worst. The next one is my absolute fucking favorite thing in the whole world, and I want us to have it here.
Okay.
It's called Mary Lude, and that's in Wales. That runs Christmas through January, like
Wow.
throughout the end of
Okay,
January.
okay.
So someone dresses up as a dead horse.
Okay.
And they go to homes singing carols and rhymes. The homeowner needs to sing back reasons why the horse cannot come into the house. And if they can't come up with a reason, the dead horse can come in and raid the cabinets and drink all the beer.
Nice.
So you basically like
We could do that.
We could do that, but you basically have to like rap battle people.
I feel like I read about this recently.
Yes, there was something posted recently on like Facebook about it, and I saved it because I like wanted to do something about it because I was like, that's so fucking interesting. But then it came up on like one of the lists that I was looking at about like weird holidays and stuff, and I was like, this is so good.
So bizarre.
This is so fucking good.
Oh my
the
God.
pictures are amazing. It's literally just like a giant horse skull that someone's wearing.
so cool.
It's-
we should just start that as like our tradition.
We'll do it to Wells.
Yeah.
He's not going to rap battle us to not come in and drink all of his beer and eat out of his cabinets. 'Cause
Exactly.
we do that anyway.
Right.
So, I love it. I want to do it.
That's great.
The next one is in Ukraine, and it's called the spiderweb tree.
Okay.
So there's like folklore that tells of a family who grew their own Christmas tree from a pine cone, but were too poor to decorate it. So they woke up the next morning and found that it was decorated with spider webs from spiders.
Oh,
So
sweet.
it's like a tradition that they started, and it's supposed to welcome good luck in the new year. So for Christmas, households use like spider webs to decorate their trees with.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I really like that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I was looking at like
I
some of
love that
the-
because that combines Christmas and spookies.
I know. I was
And
like,
also, but like, it's not scary spookies, it's happy spookies.
yeah. I mean, I don't want spiders living in my tree or anything,
No,
but like
no.
they have like really cool like spiderweb ornaments and stuff, which I thought was
That's really
Awesome.
cool, yeah.
Then there is the Carnival of Venice, which is also in Italy. That's 2 weeks before the start of Lent. I feel like you'd really love this one. I mean, I love it, but I feel like you're gonna love it too. At this celebration, everyone gets fully dressed up in costumes and like those like fancy like masquerade masks, but
Okay.
like full face ones.
Okay.
Like, and they basically do whatever the fuck they want to. It was thought to have begun in the 12th century as a way to have fun before Lent began, so you get all your fucking crazies out.
So it's like Mardi Gras, but like masquerade.
Yeah, and like it's also accompanied by like a bunch of feasts and masquerade balls, but like it's basically so that you're like in disguise, can do all the things that you've wanted to do all year but like couldn't do because you're embarrassed of them.
Okay.
And then like
So it's the purge.
well, you're not killing people. No.
You didn't specify, so...
You can do whatever you want within the confines of the law.
Okay, that's more reasonable, thank you.
You're welcome. But I think that sounds so fun.
That does. That sounds really fun.
And, like, you can't recognize anybody.
Right.
So, like, if I want to go fucking be a fool out in the courtyard,
later
I'm
on you just deny it. They're like, was that you dancing out there?
They're like, no, I didn't even go out.
Nah. I was at home.
I don't take part in that, sorry. The next one's not really, like, a holiday of sorts. It's just something you do during said holidays.
Okay.
This is so fucking stupid. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I think it's pronounced Kaganer.
Okay.
This is in Spain. It's basically a statue of a man taking a shit. And it needs to be included in any manger that's put out.
What? That's amazing.
Yeah, it has to be included in manger displays, or farmers will be punished with bad luck and poor crops in the new year.
That's fantastic. I need to find out where I can get one. It's the only way I'm going to put out a
manger. They have, like, regular ones, but they also have, like, celebrity ones. Like, I don't know if it really matters, but, like, as long as there's a statue of somebody taking a shit in your manger.
Like, I love the idea of that. You're like, hey, that's such a beautiful nativity. But then, like, you look closer, and there's a dude just peeking out from behind the manger, taking a poop. It'd be better in, like, those the live nativity scenes that they do.
They have to include it in that one.
They have to include it.
So it's just like you sign up to be like a part of it, and you get man shitting in the background.
That's the only person I would want to be.
I fucking can't. It's so ridiculous. Then Iceland has what's called the Yule Lads. That's December 12th through the 23rd. So for 13 nights, kids leave a shoe on their windowsill, and magical elves will come down from the mountains and leave gifts in the shoes. Bad children only get potatoes. But I see that as a win.
Yeah, like, that's still okay.
Like a free potato, you know?
Yeah,
what I could
do
I
want a yo-yo or a potato? I want a potato.
Yeah, I'll be bad for the potato.
I'll always be bad for the potato.
Yeah. It's just like when I was a kid, I remember, because my dad was, like, German, so, like, I remember my dad making up some shit like that, like, you know, we had to, like, we had our cookies and milk out for Santa, but, like, we also had a shoe that we left outside that got, like, filled with candy.
We did the same thing.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know where the fuck that came from.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not German.
I was gonna say, you're not German.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, where my family got that from, but we left our shoes outside on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. It's so weird. I'm like, I mean, there's a lot of things including shoes. So, like,
okay.
I guess every culture has a
shoe thing.
Shoe drop for your candies.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. This one is, like, a retired holiday, so, like, they don't celebrate it anymore. But this is hard to pronounce too. I feel like it's Lugnasad.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure.
It's Celtic. It's on August 1st. So at the beginning of the harvest season, you can get married by holding hands through a wooden door, exchanging vows and giving gifts.
Just like that episode of Full House.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah. You're married for 1 year and 1 day. And if at the end of that you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, that's it. You're done.
Wow.
No strings attached.
I kind of love that. Why'd we get rid of that? That's such a great deal.
It's like a trial marriage.
Yeah, like a trial marry.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I don't know. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Simple. And then, like, it's great because if it works out, you don't even you're already married. You don't have to go forward and get actually married.
Yeah. But if it doesn't, you're just like, hey, bro.
This is over.
Yep.
We're better off as friends.
It was nice holding your hand through a door for 10 seconds, but I'm not into it. So the next one is also a Celtic holiday on February 1st, and it's called Imbolc.
Okay.
I think. So it's similar to, like, our Groundhog Day, but there is, I'll describe her as, like, a witch of sorts.
Okay.
Cailleach. She's described as a divine hag who's basically the embodiment of winter. So she gathers firewood. If the weather's good, She is said to have gathered enough firewood, which means that the winter will be long and difficult.
No.
Yes. So, if the weather is bad, she fucked up and didn't get enough firewood, so the winter's gonna be short.
Okay.
I think that's more fun than, like, fucking Puxatawny Phil.
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to talk about Puxatawny Phil anymore. I only want to talk about this divine hag.
Yeah. Gather your firewood. Don't tell me if you saw your shadow or not. I don't fucking care.
Nah, man.
Then we have another retired holiday, which is so fucking stupid. It's called St. Mark's Eve. This was somewhere in England or in the 19th century. So, on this day, those brave enough were permitted to sit on the porch of the local church between the hours of 11 p.m. and 1 a.m.
Okay.
During this time, future ghosts of the town, so all the
future ghosts.
Yep, people who would be dying in the year could be seen walking up to the church. You could see the ghosts of people who were going to die that year come up to the church.
That's terrifying.
There was, like, a similar tradition, though, which, like, allowed you to spread ashes at the hearth of your fireplace and leave them overnight. And in the morning, the shoe prints of the people in your household who would die in that year would be, like, in the ashes.
Yo, that is fucking terrifying. No, thank you. I do not want to be part of your weird future ghost stories.
Like, who's doing that? I mean, granted, during that time, they had nothing better to do. But
I guess.
The first person who comes up with that and they're like, hey, you want to go sit on the porch of the church and wait for all the future ghosts to come? Like, no.
No, I do not. What if you see your own ghost?
I was going to say, what if you see yourself? I'd be like, hey, they look really familiar.
Who's that dumb bitch?
Yeah. Oh, shit, that's me. I would have probably died of fright right there.
Exactly.
And then I would have been a real ghost, meeting my future ghost. The next one is Allantide, which is also, like, somewhat of a retired holiday. This is from the 19th century. So it was meant to celebrate the coming winter and kind of served as, like, a day of remembrance for the dead.
Okay.
Apples were given as gifts of luck, and sometimes, like, women would take these apples and put them under their pillow at night in hopes of dreaming of their future husband.
Precious.
How that makes sense, I do not know. But some apples had candles placed in them, and then, like, they were, like, strung up like a chandelier.
Oh,
and then you would have to fucking bite at it. Like, reverse bobbing for apples.
I was gonna say, like, bobbing for apples.
And hope that the candle wasn't gonna leak wax on your face.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
people were weird.
Yeah.
And then the last one that we have is, like, a Christmas tradition in Eastern Europe called Frau Perchetta.
Okay.
She's a goat-like Christmas witch.
Hell yeah.
Who would bring silver and gifts to good children, but would remove the organs of bad children and replace them with rocks and straw.
Okay. What'd she do with the organs?
Ate them.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how, like, people would get their kids to be good, because they'd be like, if you're not,
that goat lady is gonna come take
she's
your
gonna
organs.
come take your fucking organs, and she's gonna eat them, and you're only gonna have rocks and straw left. And they were
and you know what happens then? You die.
Yeah, because you can't live without your organs. Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Okay. All right.
So that's what I have for holidays / traditions from around the world.
That was amazing. Thank you. I love it.
I just didn't want to include any, like, common ones. Like, Krampus kept coming up a lot.
Yeah, we all
but,
know
like,
about Krampus.
Yeah, and I want to save
Although
that.
those Germans, man, they got some weird-ass traditions.
Yeah, they do. I really want to find where my shoe tradition came from.
I mean, if like, your dad was German, so it probably came from...
Yeah, but I want to know...
his heritage.
I mean, like, my dad's side of the family, they're straight up off the boat German.
Yeah.
But I have no idea. No clue where they... Because we didn't do it all the time. Like, it was only, like, every couple Christmases.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't
Maybe he
every
just, like, forgot every other year. I feel like we only did it for, like, 1 or 2 Christmases.
Yeah. But that was, like, really it.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember if there was anything in them, because I feel like I forgot to check the shoe.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was, like, more concerned about presents underneath the tree
I'll be.
than a shoe with some candies.
Do you specifically have any weird Christmas traditions? We do, like, the hidden pickle in the tree.
I've heard about that. Isn't that German?
I think it is
German.
German. I think it is.
Not really. I mean, I don't think so. I can't think of any that, like, we did growing up or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like ours were kind of, like, the same. I think for, like, Thanksgiving, I guess. I wouldn't even consider it a tradition, but, like, with our Thanksgiving spread, we always had, like, fettuccine.
Huh.
That is
weird.
Always there. I don't know why,
Okay.
but, like, fettuccine noodles were there.
Yeah, but, like, we always have coleslaw on Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
You can't have a proper after. It's only because you cannot have a proper after Thanksgiving sandwich without coleslaw.
I agree with that.
Yes.
That sounds delicious.
Yes.
We also, like, eat very early.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like most families
It's like
do, though.
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
You gotta get Grandma and Grandpa back up to their house before dark, so.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't really think I have any for, like, Christmas, Thanksgiving, anything. I mean, we didn't really do anything weird.
Yeah.
And, like, those are really the only holidays that, like, we celebrated.
Yeah.
I mean, Easter, but, like, I could give 2 fucks about Easter.
Samesies.
So, we had maybe an egg hunt. I don't even remember. Now, I feel like we have the tradition for Halloween.
Well,
for that fucking best Halloween party every year. Halloween Rager, yeah. I don't have anything else. So, or, like, you throw New Year's. I throw Christmas.
Yeah, but I don't think, like, any of those are, like, I mean, like, that is a tradition, but we don't have, like, weird traditions surrounding that.
Yeah, I mean, we could start one with Christmas and the weird gifts that we did last year.
That's true, yeah.
That was great. Yeah, other than that, like, I mean, we have, like, a white elephant.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck everyone calls it. Grab bag, gift exchange shit. But that's it. So.
All right, cool.
All right.
We'll be right back.
We shall. Okay, I'm ready for you.
All right, so my sources are Wikipedia and liveabout.com.
Okay.
I'm going to begin you with a story today.
Yay!
Philip Aylesford was born in England in 1624. He had a military career and was knighted by the age of 16. He was involved with the Catholic Church. Philip became friends with Charles II and later worked for him as a spy. He married a woman named Dorothea. She was like a noblewoman's daughter. She was beautiful but very cold, and they did not have a very happy marriage. One day, when out riding on the boundaries of his estates, Philip came across a gypsy encampment and saw a beautiful, dark-eyed, raven-haired gypsy girl, Margot. And he obviously fell instantly in love with her.
Obviously.
He brought her back secretly to live in the gatehouse.
Not so secretly, but okay.
Near the stables of Diddington Manor, which was his family home. For some time, he was able to keep his little love nest a secret. But eventually, Dorothea, realizing he was keeping someone else there, found Margot and accused her of witchcraft and stealing her husband. Philip was too scared of losing his reputation and his possessions to protest at the trial of poor Margot, and she was convicted of witchcraft and burned at the stake.
Jesus.
Philip was subsequently stricken with remorse that he had not tried to defend Margot and used to pace the battlements of Diddington in despair. Finally, one morning his body was found at the bottom of the battlements, and he had killed himself over the loss of poor Margot.
Oh.
Yeah, what a story, right?
Yeah.
None of that was true.
What? Why you fool me like that? Why you do that?
What I have just told you was the backstory made up by a research group called the Toronto Society for Physical Research in 1972 in their experiment, which was called the Philip experiment.
Oh.
So this is really fucking weird. This is really, really cool.
I have never heard of this.
It's bizarre.
Well, yeah, because I clearly just believed everything you fucking told me. I feel like a fool.
So, TSPR, the Toronto Society for Physical Research, conducted an experiment to see if they could create a ghost.
Okay.
So, basically, they were going to assemble this group of people and make up a ghost together, and then try to contact that ghost through a series of seances.
Okay.
What they came up with was Philip. That was his story that I just told you. So they assembled a group of 8 people, all from, like, super different backgrounds, who claimed to have, like, no psychic abilities. Dr. Owen was kind of overseeing the whole thing. His wife was in the group, a designer and his wife, a heating engineer, a former chairperson for Mensa. Mensa is, like, a group of, like, I guess it's like a club for people with really high IQs.
Yeah.
You're part of it, right?
Yep. Yeah, Mensa. Yep.
Sure.
We don't talk about it, though.
Yeah, just like Fight Club.
Yeah.
An accountant, a bookkeeper, and a sociology student made up this group. It was like, so it's like super diverse.
Fancy.
They began in September of 1972 by these like really informal gatherings where they would just like get together and talk about Philip.
Okay.
They would just like come up with weird little details about his life together. They like tried to like visualize their story. They would meditate on him. Basically, like they would just spend time talking about him to the point where like they would forget that he wasn't real. Like you gotta like really get him to be like fully formed, you know?
Yeah.
Occasionally this went on for like a year without any results.
Okay.
Occasionally somebody would like claim to feel a presence in the room, but there was never anything like more concrete than that.
Okay.
But for the next phase, they were like, hey man, this isn't working. So they tried to do like a more traditional seance setting. They would like gather around a table. They would like dim the lights, light candles. They would have some of them, I guess, were like artists, so they had like done mock-ups of what he would look like to them.
Okay.
So they would kind of like have those chilling nearby, pictures of like the castle they thought he would live in, and like other time period-y kind of stuff from the 1620s.
Okay.
Weird.
Yes.
Yeah. So they contacted, or they had like communication.
Okay.
So the first communication from Philip came in the form of like knocking.
Okay.
And pretty quickly Philip began like answering questions from the group in the way that you usually do with the spirit. Like 1 knock for yes, 2 for no. Okay. So he could answer like yes and no questions.
Okay.
The phenomena got like weirder from there. In following sessions, they were able to pick up more information about Philip, and he started to get like a personality.
Okay.
Like they would ask him about like his likes and dislikes, and there would be like distinct answers. They could tell how he felt about certain things from like how quickly he knocked back. Like if there was a hesitation, they knew like, all right, maybe he's not feeling that. If he came back real fast with the knocks, then like they knew that was something he was passionate about.
This makes me really nervous.
I know.
Like I have chills right now. Yeah, like I don't feel right about that.
The spirit even moved the table from side to side, and the table sat on like a thick carpet. So it's just like gliding across the carpet. He would even like lift it up so it was resting on one leg.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Some of the group reported hearing whispers, like when they would ask questions. Some of them claimed they heard whispers, but nothing was ever like caught on tape or anything like that. Despite the fact that Philip could correctly answer questions about himself and the time period he supposedly lived in, he did have like limitations regarding that. It was kind of concluded that all of the information he was giving them, at least regarding like the time period and historical events and stuff like that, somebody in the group knew about.
Okay. Like
none of it was stuff that none of them knew. Somebody had that information somewhere in their minds.
Okay.
Meaning it was within them.
Yeah.
But his psychokinetic abilities were astounding. He would dim the lights, like, at will, whenever they asked, he would, like, dim them, and they'd be like, hey, Philip, turn them back up, and they would turn back up immediately. He would blow breezes across the table, and the group would, like, say, hey, man, can you blow a breeze right now, and it would come. Weird shit. On some occasions, they reported seeing a fine mist hovering over the center of the table. I've got chills.
I know.
This is so fucking freaky.
It freaks me the fuck out, but I have a lot of questions, too, which I'll save towards the end.
The whole group seemed to agree that a lot of the activity seemed to center around the table where they all sat.
Okay.
They all reported that the table felt different somehow when they sat down. Like, they would touch it and it would feel almost, like, electrically charged. Like, there was just... Like, it was just weird. Just weird. There was something different about it, you know?
Yeah.
Ugh. Weird. They The high point of this whole experiment, though, there was, like, this one claim, I didn't write it down because it was a little bit weird, that, like, the table would, like, greet people.
Okay.
Like, if somebody came in late to the seance thing, the table would meet them.
See, I don't buy that shit, though. That seems weird to me.
And that's why I didn't even include that one in my notes, because that one is, like...
That just seems so
far-fetched. What do you mean, the table's
like,
running across the room?
What is this, Beauty and the Beast?
Right.
It's like, Monsieur.
So, like, the height of this experiment came when they did a live seance in front of an audience of, like, 50 people.
Okay. There was only 3 of them doing this at this point, right?
No, there were 8.
Oh, 8. Okay.
Philip performed better than they could have imagined at their little 50-person seance show. Aside from the usual knocking and table moving, the lights in the whole theater would dim on and off when asked. There were tappings and knockings heard all around the room. And the table levitated.
Oh, shit.
It levitated. Nope. Could you imagine the screams?
I would have pissed my pants.
Right? A lot of this it was filmed as, like, part of a documentary, so you can see, like, some of this little show that they had put on, but of course, the dim lighting prevented you from seeing the levitation.
Of course.
Yeah, naturally. So the group had set out to see, like, a materialization was, like, the whole goal of this was, can we manifest this thing that we're creating to the point where we're able to see it?
Okay.
Which didn't happen. So I guess, like, eventually the band just broke up. As they're wont to do. They had their fun with Philip and they were done.
But where does Philip go? He's just like...
Nobody. He's like,
shit,
he's like, I'm fucking
existence.
bored as hell now, man.
He's like, I have no friends on this side. I don't know anybody.
I am nothing. What is really interesting to me about this, though, is that other groups after the Owens group did this, like, started doing similar stuff. They would, really invest time into this fictionalized character that their group created. There were a couple of other ones. There was, like, one of them was even, like, this character from the future. One of them was this girl named Lilith. One was this guy named Humphrey. And they would, like, really manifest this and got the same results.
I don't know.
So, obviously, like, this neither proves nor disproves the existence of ghosts. But what I find really interesting about it is that it does prove that you can physically manifest some crazy-ass shit.
Like magic.
Yeah.
Just, like, not the magic you want.
Nah. Isn't that so crazy?
That's disturbing, to be honest. But isn't there, like, a theory that you could... I mean, me and you have talked about this, like, making your own, like, poltergeist, basically.
So that's basically what, like, this was, like, they created a poltergeist.
Yeah.
So I
but,
have, like...
I feel like poltergeists aren't, like, receptive to, like, questioning. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they just kind of, like, fuck shit up, do their own thing, cause some fucking chaos, and then, like, continue to do that. While, like, I feel like a ghost is, like, at least, like, a semi-intelligent being that, like, can respond to, like, will respond to you.
I mean, like...
If you ask the right questions.
I guess this also is, like, what's the difference?
I think poltergeists are malicious in that. Malicious, but also I don't think that they were actually ever human beings.
Yeah, I agree. I think that a poltergeist is mostly, like, something that you create via your own energy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess, like, this would still be some sort of a poltergeist. You're manifesting it yourself.
Yeah,
I guess that fucking crazy, though?
I can't wrap my brain around that.
I know, it's so crazy.
Like, you know me, I believe in ghosts.
Hell yeah.
I do, but, like, I don't know... like, how much of that I believe. Like, how do we know that these 8 people also didn't come together and be like, let's make some shit up?
I mean, I guess, like, I'd like to watch the footage from their little documentary thing, because I do want to see it for myself. But, like, this has been, again, like, other groups went out and got the same results.
But do we know for a fact that they got the same results, or did they just say, like, yeah, that happened to me too. Like,
I mean, I can't say for certain. I wasn't there.
No, I know.
But I kind of believe it. I think it's fucking crazy.
I think it's crazy too. But there's also, like, there's problems with it for me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like in any given situation, when you see, like, these people going out and, like, doing genuine, like, ghost hunting, where they're really trying to, like, contact something, like, if something happens, it's only, like, these tiny little things, because, like, from what a lot of these people have gathered is that they can't, like, ghosts can't, like, gather up a strong amount of energy in one time.
Yeah,
like,
but this isn't a ghost.
Yeah.
This is a group of 8 people, like, using their own subconscious to manifest something.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a ghost involved here at all. I think that it's very much like you reap what you sow.
Okay.
I think that their own subconscious brought it out.
Okay. I understand that then. I guess I'm like, because they keep using the term, like, ghosts in a way. Like,
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah.
I'm associating it with, like, ghosts that I know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So, like, that's why I thought of it more as, like, a poltergeist, because it's something that this, even if it's not, like, malignant or malicious, this group of people manifested it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah. I also want to try it.
I do, but also I don't.
I mean, but if you manifest it to be, like, a fucking magical creature that, like...
A unicorn.
Yeah, a sparkly pegacorn that shoots rainbows out its ass, but also brings happiness and light and love and luck.
Yeah, but with the luck you and I have, is we would actually just summon a demon.
But if we can get that demon to do our bidding, is it really a loss?
What is the price, Brookie?
I don't have a price anymore.
Whatever it is.
You want my soul? Take it. There's not much.
I just thought this was so fucking bizarre, and I wrote, for me, this indicates that the subconscious is far stronger than we give it credit for, like, to be able to manifest all of this shit. And it's also, like, X-Men, man. How have we not given ourselves superpowers accidentally?
Yeah, why can't we manifest superpowers in ourselves? We don't have to manifest...
Are you trying that hard?
No, but maybe if I had help from other people.
Let's try it later.
Okay. We'll each pick a superpower,
yes.
Talk in great detail about it.
Yes. But, like, let's not make it, like, extreme. I don't want, like, laser vision. You know?
What am I going to do with laser
I want to be
vision?
able to... My top 2 superpower choices are either talk to animals.
I knew it.
Obviously.
I knew that was going to be the first thing out of your mouth.
You probably know the second one, too. I want to be like Ivy from what was that movie called? Sky High. That can, like, grow plants.
Okay.
What are yours?
If we're talking, like, moderate powers, I don't really know.
No, give me your top 2 superpowers.
Just in general?
Sure.
I want to be able to fly.
Okay.
Because then I can go anywhere the fuck I want to.
Okay.
And I want to be able to read people's minds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to do either of those things.
Yeah, but, like, I don't want to pay for gas anymore, so...
If I could choose a movement-based power, it'd be teleportation.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Teleportation.
Yeah, I don't want to fly. That sounds really hard.
Yeah, and if the weather's bad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, teleportation's probably a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But I do want to be able to read people's minds.
Okay.
I could stop the fucking guesswork.
I
I know your intentions right off the bat.
So yeah, that's the Philip experiment.
That's cool and terrifying.
Right?
And
You're capable of more than you think you are, man. You just need a group of 8 people.
to help you along. Wow. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any books or things?
I don't. Well, I've got books, but not pertaining to this.
That's okay.
I am rereading Series of Unfortunate Events.
I thought you were watching the series.
I'm doing both.
Oh, okay.
It's so good. So good.
I have
Cannot
to,
recommend enough.
I want to read, I mean, I only got through, half the series, I think.
Yeah.
But, I obviously know what happens because I watched the whole series on Netflix and the movie, which they never continued. But I want to finish the whole series.
Yeah.
I've never read the last couple of books.
I just did the first book with Literary Gladiators, and it just, like, made me want to keep going. But, like, it's just so wonderfully written. It's, even for adults, it's still fun to read as a grown-up. It's so good.
And it's, like, such a quick read, too.
It is, yeah. I was, like, thinking about doing them on Audible, but I'm not wasting an entire credit every month on something that's 2 hours long, so.
They have them, if you ever go pick up your fucking library card, you can do Libby, and you can attach your library card to there, and they have them for free on Libby.
Maybe I'll do that then.
Yeah, because I had looked it up that night that we were talking about if they had, audiobooks on it, and you could preview them on there, too. I forgot who reads them.
I think it's a cast. At least on Audible, it's a cast.
I think it was... Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I thought it was Tim Curry.
Oh, man, I gotta get it then.
I'm almost positive it's Tim Curry, but you're right. I think it is also, like, with a cast, but they have, like, I think there's, like, sound effects and things, too. But, like,
it's more like a dramatic performance.
I guess so.
Which I feel, like, moderate about.
I don't really want that.
Yeah.
But, like, I'd also listen to, like, Tim Curry tell me
for sure.
Story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That'd be so calming.
I'll find it after we're done with this so I can show you.
Okay.
Because you can preview it.
Okay.
And it's good because he's great.
He's great. He's fantastic.
Fucking wonderful.
Tim Curry is the bomb.
Yes, he is. I have no books.
Are you reading anything right now? Oh,
I haven't had time.
All right. Are you watching anything right now?
I started rewatching New Girl.
Oh.
Dude, I fucking love
New Girl. It is so good.
And it's just as funny every time I watch it.
Honestly, I think it gets better.
It's so fucking good.
So good. If you guys haven't watched New Girl, please do it. It's honestly, I would say it's one of my top 5s.
It's my number 1 favorite series.
It's so good.
Favorite television series of all time.
Yeah.
Number 1. It's like, it's one of those things where you genuinely laugh out loud all the time. And, like, you cannot pick a favorite character. You can't pick a favorite
because
character. Because everyone
it's
is
not
great.
Jess, but everybody else is perfect.
I mean, I love Jess.
I love Jess, too, but you know she's not the favorite.
Yes, she's not my favorite. You're going to have to pick one of the boys. And, like, I can't. I love them all so much.
I know.
They're
all so wonderful.
Like,
and it's one of the best series endings of all time. I don't want to give any spoilers because I know some people who are currently watching it, but it's so good.
Because it's just, like, not only...
so complete.
Yeah, like, it wasn't one of those things where you felt like they rushed anything. Like...
and they answer every question.
There's no, like, things left hanging. It is what it is, and it's absolutely perfect.
It's the best feel-good show.
Yeah.
You can't be sad when watching that show.
And I think I just finished rewatching it, and I'm just like, I'm gonna start again.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
I know. I've been thinking about rewatching that, too. Maybe I'll do that.
I mean, with everything going on in the world, like...
You need some good.
That is a fucking light.
Ugh.
And, like, they did the perfect amount of seasons.
Yes.
There was no jumping the shark. It was just, like... at no point did I ever feel like, all right, is this done yet? Like, is this ever going to end?
No.
And when it did, I was like, perfect.
Yep.
It's perfect.
Yep, I agree.
Was not disappointed in anything. And it's just got some, like, real fucking solid episodes.
Yeah.
It's so quotable. It's just...
so quotable.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching now until probably October when everything comes out.
Yes.
Which I'm very excited about.
Me too.
So, alrighty, guys.
We'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel if you haven't, and talk to us.
Yes, and I think we're next week releasing another video.
Yeah, I think it should be out next week.
I'm hoping. Yeah, I think that's it. If I'm wrong, don't quote me on it. All right, bye.
Bye.